the gym and you have a gym crush, this is your sign to go talk to them, because please, for the love of God, I am so sick of making eyes with men and doing the stupid little look at you, look away, make eye contact, look away, look for them in the gym.
So they moved the weights home. They turned garages into sanctuary, parks into training grounds. No noise, no judgment, no risks, just focus. And that quiet migration, man by man, is what's collapsing an entire industry. Gyms aren't just losing customers. They're losing the very men who gave those places meaning.
This lady confronted an old man for staring at her too much in the gym. Look what happens.
So I told my husband, and he came over and worked out next to me. Even after he continued to stare. I decided to stop working out and stare back.
See, this is exactly what men are trying to avoid. He's not flirting. He's not even talking. He's just trying to train. And somehow that's a problem now. She picked a public gym, set up a camera, pressed record, and then complained that someone existed within frame. How does that make sense? Most guys today aren't even making eye contact anymore. They're looking at the ground, staring at the floor between sets. Anything to stay invisible. Because one wrong moment, one angle on someone else's phone, and your whole reputation is up for debate. It's not rejection men fear anymore. It's reputation. One wrong glance, one twisted clip, and a normal guy becomes the internet next creep. Not because he did something, but because someone decided he did. And that's the real tragedy. This paranoia doesn't just push men away from women. It pushes them out of the gym, out of the community, out of places that once built them. Now men live in silence, not because they're ashamed, but because it's safer to disappear than be misunderstood. A place that used to build confidence now drains it. A space that was about strength turned into a minefield where one false move can blow up your whole piece. So men stop showing up. They rather live in silence than risk being humiliated. And that's why gym owners are hurting. Every false accusation costs more than one membership. It costs trust. They keep talking about safe spaces, opening women's only gym every few months. And yet, most of them shut down right after the grand opening. Because the truth is, women don't really want a gym without men. They want the option to complain about them, not the reality of being without them. That's why those same women end up right back in co-ed gyms, the very places they claim they feel unsafe in, setting up tripods and recording for attention. It's not about safety. It's about...
That's an interesting warm-up. What do you call that?
It's just pull squats.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that actually part of your workout?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, not when you're dressed like that. And not here. It's not going to work.
I can't work out.
Not dressed like that. No. And not doing that. And you're recording it.
Okay. So, you're making me leave?
Yes.
By 2021, more than 20% of gyms in the U.S. had closed permanently. By 2024, even major chains like Blank Fitness were filing bankruptcy, shutting down underperforming locations across the country. But the real problem wasn't money. It was meaning. The modern gym forgot who built it. They chased trends, influencers, and social media aesthetics, and annihilated the very men who gave the place purpose. So now you have a new generation of men saying, why should I pay $60 a month to feel uncomfortable? And they're not wrong. The answer isn't complicated. When men feel unwelcomed, they stop paying to be uncomfortable.
And once again, it's just a bunch of what's happening to me. How am I inconvenienced? How am I inconvenienced? How is a man ruining my life today by him not coming over and giving me the thing that I wanted, which I probably would have been able to get, which I probably... You know, all you gotta do is open your mouth. You know, you probably been able to get him to say, hey, you look great. And you opened your mouth and said something. And you could have walked by him and said, hey, how are you? Oh, good, how are you? I like those shorts, man. Those look good. I like that color on you. That looks nice. You know, and go, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Got it from Nike, or I got it from Lululemon, or it was a Christmas gift or something like that. Oh, okay, cool. See you around. Go back to lifting weights, and maybe over a time you build some rapport, right? and say, "Hey, friend, how are you?" And maybe if you don't come to the gym and you don't come to the gym, somebody says, "Hey, stranger, how's it going?" "Oh man, I ain't seen you in a while." "Yeah, you've been ducking and dodging me." "Oh man, I've been at work. I've been in class or whatever it might be." "Oh, all right. Well, why don't we get something to eat? Why don't we catch up?" You know what? I don't really go out to eat with strangers, especially ones I haven't seen in a while, but for you, I'd make an exception. Where are you thinking about going? "Well, I was thinking about, a little taco spot across the street. I like them. I heard good things about them. I looked them up. They had really good reviews. Maybe we can go today after the gym, after get a little workout in, or, when are you free? Actually, instead of me guessing, when are you free?" "Well, I'm usually free on Thursday nights, right around 6, so maybe we can go at that time." "All right, it's a bet. Matter of fact, let me get out your number so, I can block you in right now." That's it. That's it.
And just for the record, a lot of women don't be the big bosses and the big ballers that they claim to be. Let's talk about it. I just watched a podcast of females saying that a lot of women who don't make over $50,000 a year should not be asking a man, looking him up and down, asking him about his finances and what he make a year. Should not be giving orders and demands that he needs to make above a certain amount a year. When you, my dear, don't even make over $50,000 a year. Now, this is a no judgment zone, and I'm not judging people based off their salary. I'm just saying, humble yourself, queen. Humble yourself, queen. Because I fear that man who makes well over $50,000 a year might end up humbling you. Ooh. And without even being funny, I think this is a very serious topic that has to be addressed because a lot of women live life based off of what they want and not off what they provide, for the simple fact that we become so accustomed to the idea that because men are supposed to be providers and that they are expected to be providers, that they should be the only ones contributing and bringing something to the table. All of those days of I am the table so I don't have to bring nothing to put on the table are over, because a lot of women ain't even bringing the table these days. You got all these kids, you want men to accept your children, you come than just the mouth and the demands that you have for the man. Evaluate and humble yourself, queen. Let me know what y'all think about that.
If he has to live with you and not pay rent and you not be his landlord in order to get you a ring, what the fuck happens after you get the ring?
Why are some of y'all against men having any financial break while in a relationship? Why does it bother you so much? A lady left a comment in one of the videos that I saw where she said that the man is in his mid-30s, he's divorced, so he doesn't deserve a good woman at all. While some of y'all are 40 with 5 kids and 3 different baby daddies, but you still think you deserve a provider man. How does that work? The crazy thing is he's saving the $1,300 a month so he can buy her an engagement ring. It's not like he's looking to save the money to spend it on himself. And to answer her question, the $1,300 that he's saving every month to buy the ring, after he buys the ring, he can now use that $1,300 per month and apply it to something that also benefits the two people involved in that relationship.
I don't care how bad we're arguing. I don't care if you're pissed drunk and just joking. I don't care if you had a bad day and you're taking it out on me. Let that B word come out your mouth. Let that B word come out your mouth. Let that H word come out your mouth. Watch how quickly shit goes south. Watch how quickly it goes out. I do not play when it comes to those words. No. I might just be sensitive. I might just be old school. Hey, you're just sensitive. I don't care. Don't call me that. I'll turn into a mental patient real quick. I'm not okay up here.
Somebody in the comments switch the first letter of the 2 words around and they said this hitch is a bow. People got too much time on their hands, man.
I would pour into a man if he was already pouring into me and he was truly worth it, because it's the only right thing to do.
You know what? The difference is between the man and the woman is the man is paying for the first date. You're already expecting him to pay the bulk of the bills. So he's already willing to fully pour into you with not expecting you to pour into him in the same way. The ways that he's looking for you to pour into him is when he says something, you shut up and listen. And it should be that way if the man is adequate and doing his job.
So you stated that pretty much because he's leading, it's pretty much shut up and listen. That's what you're saying right now.
Women need to be told to shut up because y'all talk too much anyway. Yeah, you got to tell your girl to shut up. Matter of fact, everybody at home, if you were a chick, just randomly say, shut up. Even if she's not talking, tell her to shut up.
Just be like, I have options, bitch. That's just a bunch of dudes trying to crack your. Let's see how many of your options are trying to marry you, trying to provide for you, trying to have kids with you, and then we'll talk again.
Let me be very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat it out of Corey.
Man, shut the up.
Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. Stop lying! I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. You saw that shit, man? The fuck, these bull jackets is out of control. Bull jackets, man, they out of control, bro.
I think everybody playing.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't
have to do this. You really don't. This is not. Now, if you want to talk about certain things as it pertains to society, relationships, politics, we can do that. But we don't have to go down this road acting like we're going to do something that we probably not going to do. Now, do I believe that there would have been some swinging and some furniture moving going on? Do I believe that some podcast mics and chairs would have been knocked over and turned over? Probably so. Probably so. And that's fine. That's what's supposed to happen. But as far as coming out the victor, looks can be deceiving. They can. And I understand that you're from Detroit. I really do. But, we, as men, we pride ourselves on being realistic. That's what makes us, real. We're accountable. Like, we're self-aware. We know what can and cannot be done. We ain't gotta go out here making all this stuff up now. You know what I mean? Y'all got into a heated discussion. Get your views off of it. Make your money. Move on. Maybe you're doing this for more views, and we feeding into it. So, great job in that part.
But being a stay-at-home mom is not a hard job. You guys. Is it frustrating at times? Yeah.
To all the stay-at-home moms, I feel like you're lying. Because of what I get to do for work, I can still stay home and pay all the bills. And my wife will have to go to work to make her money. And I have a 1-year-old daughter. So I'll stay at home and I'll take care of my daughter. And while I'm taking care of my 1-year-old daughter, I can give her 3 meals a day, change her on time, get her into her naps, play time, arts and crafts time, and still make sure the entire place is clean. And I can clean the whole apartment while watching her before 12 or 1 o'clock. And yes, I know an apartment is different than a home, but I have a 2,300 square foot apartment, so it's not tiny. But I do know that I can just be ignorant to a lot of people's situations. So can someone please tell me, when does being a stay-at-home mom become hard?
Being a stay-at-home mom is not hard. The cleaning, the cooking, the laundry, that's easy. It's hard because I haven't had an uninterrupted thought since 2020.
Being a stay-at-home mom is easy.
Sorry, but can we just talk about how much stay-at-home moms suck? I keep seeing videos of them talking about how hard it is on my FYP.
Yeah, this is really embarrassing for this creator because feminism had almost nothing to do with any of these things. For starters, a telephone was invented in the late 1800s and women right away were telephone operators and owned phones for their homes and their businesses. If you're trying to apply that women wouldn't be able to freely speak on social media without feminism, that is also false. Women were publicly sharing their opinions long before feminism. Limitations were social role expectations and platform access, not. Secondly, women were driving cars as soon as they were invented in the late 1800s. There was never a federal law banning women from being able to drive in the US. If somebody was not able to drive, it was because of money, not gender. Thirdly, women had bank accounts before feminism. Yes, married women sometimes needed a signature from their husband in certain states, but again, feminism didn't give women bank accounts. It only removed uniform barriers to credit for married women. Fourthly, women could own property as single women or widows. Married women were restricted under coverture, but the reform of that came from legal, economic, and Christian moral pressure, not feminist ideology. Most supporters were religious reformers, not revolutionists. Fifthly, women were educated long before feminism. Restrictions on education back then had nothing to do with gender, rather race, class, wealth, or location. And women's colleges existed before first wave feminism, many that were founded by Christians. 6 point, women have always worked, whether in agriculture, trades, nursing, teaching, or domestic services. Working class women literally had to work in order to survive. So no, feminism didn't give women the opportunity to work, but it did push women to reform work, prioritizing career over family-centered labor. The only thing you could maybe thank feminism for is giving women the right to vote, but even that was largely driven by Christians and Christian moral reform movements, with feminism later taking most of the credit for it. Honestly and objectively speaking, what feminism has done for us is destroy the nuclear family, increase divorce, fuel trafficking through the porn industry, increase the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, increase male and female suicide and depression rates. And 1/3 of my generation was not given the opportunity to live because their mothers chose to do what was best for them. So yeah, for all those reasons, I'm an anti-feminist.
Anything men can do, we can do better.
Oh, there's much. Oh boy. That must be such a relief.
Reject delusions. Embrace gender differences.
Then, single focus, stainless steel mixing bowl. You put something in there, it stays in there. It might evaporate over a long period of time. Women, no, we're the strainer. You put something in, it runs out the bottom. This is why every day you could interrupt her to tell her how beautiful she is, how healthy she is, how wonderful she is, how luscious she is. Every single day you could tell her that, and she wouldn't get tired of it. And not only that, we actually need it every single day. Does he still think I'm pretty? Does he still think I'm sweet? How about now? How about now? I mean, it just runs out the bottom. Yeah.
So true.
I learned this about men when I was studying what fills us up and how long does it last. Like a good night's sleep, I'll have patience to about 9 o'clock the next day. And then it's gone.
Mhm.
And then we had men figuring out, okay, if I go for a good run, I'm going to be clear-headed for a couple of days. If I ride my motorcycle, I'm good for 6 days. If I get appreciated for something, 6 months. That'll last for 6 months. What? I never met a single woman who had something last more than 2 days. And it's one of the things that women don't know is there's things we can say to you. There's ways that we can admire you. It'll fill you up for really long. It'll just keep feeding you and feeding you. And we're the opposite. You ever heard the joke? An elderly couple goes to a therapist and the therapist says, "Why are you here?" And the woman says, "He never tells me he loves me." The therapist looks to the husband, he goes, "I told you I loved you the day I asked you to marry me. If I had changed my mind, I would let you know." Yeah, there's just the assumption that we keep it, that we can hold it, that we'll remember it. Diffuse awareness, it's diffuse paying attention, it's diffuse disappearing.
Mhm.
It's a diffuser.
Mhm.
Right? So you can't say it too much.
You know, obviously, I know she needs connectivity. I know now she needs daily reminders of how beautiful she is. I try to do that already. I've already figured that out about her. I guess it's for all women.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the crazy one over
so-
here. If her friend's a, she is a as well. Birds of a feather flock together. And if you think that, oh, all of her friends are, but she's different, she's special, trust me, bro, you are retarded. Because if you believe that all of her friends are, she's the only perfect angel in the group, you have to be retarded. It's simply like a homeless person being friends with a bunch of millionaires. Find a picture of that and send that to me, because then I'll be like, oh my god, you can't, okay? If all of her friends are cheating on their boyfriends, all of her friends are drinking and smoking and doing all this shit, and she still hangs out with them, guess what? They're going to influence her. They're going to bring out the worst in her.
Yes, I know. Y'all seen the video and got pissed off too. And it's funny to me because the main people supporting that is women and gays. Because any other guy in their right mind seeing that and asking, where the fuck did Eddie at? And yeah, I know an argument gonna be, you gotta love your kids no matter what. Cool, I get that. But the boy is 16 years old. He don't know what the fuck's going on. So you telling me that the mom knew something was up with the son and pushed it more, not asking him, yo, you not confused? You don't know what your is? Nah, you just go, let me push this on him. I like it. I always wanted a daughter. I keep telling people, you're not born gay. You don't know what the fuck is going on. It's more so is what you taught. You are taught to like certain other people. She put him around because she wasn't supposed to put him around. And that's why the nigga like that now.
I hate when bitches say a nigga that fuck with women, they really won't date. Bitch, shut the fuck up. That shit makes no sense. That shit's so goofy and lame when y'all say that shit. That's how you know a bitch hurt, pressed, emotional, 'cause they get to saying stupid shit like that. How is it that a nigga that's fucking with multiple women all of a sudden want a nigga, and then they try to tell you what you for, but they say they not satisfied. That's why they give another no, bitch. We satisfied with pussy. You just mad that we not just getting it from you. Since we not just getting it from you, that makes us gay? No. All you hoes be claiming y'all got the best pussy, so we trying to see if this true or not. All you hoes can't do no wrong. Y'all all got the...
If a girl starts ignoring you, here's exactly what you're going to do. You're not going to ask her what's wrong. You're not going to send her another message. And you're definitely not going to try to solve a problem that she's not even communicating with you. The only thing you're going to do is nothing. Because women who are genuinely interested don't just disappear without a word. Her silence is closure, and it's everything you need to know in order to move on. So pick yourself up and find someone who actually deserves your effort.
Absolutely nothing is the correct answer. A lot of these modern women, they want you to sit around here and chase them around. They want you to spend money on them just to talk to them. There was one man trying to do an interview, and he asked a woman a question, and she said, give me $10 and I'll answer the question. I don't know why he did that, but he actually gave her like 10 or 20 bucks and started talking to her, and she wasn't really talking about anything. It's just foolishness is really what it ended up being. I mean, it's not really even good for content other than to show that that was a simp move, to be honest. And once again, don't like referring to you like that, but don't do that. Don't do that at all. She's a loser. She's a nobody, right? She's not going to give you any knowledge. She's not going to do anything for you, right? So let that go. Number one. Number two, there was another woman on a dating show. I think it was one of the Pop the Balloon episodes, to where she sat up there and asked that man. And I think she thought that it was something smart to ask. Basically, she said, what would you do if I blocked you? How would you reach out to me? And the answer should have been, I'm not going to be reaching out to you because you blocked me. What she wanted to hear, because I think the answer was like, well, I'm gonna call you, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna try to leave a voicemail. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try to send a text message. And as a last resort, I'll try to hit you up on social media. But other than that, then I'm not really gonna do much about it. going to assume that she didn't like me, and then I'm going to go on about my business. And she popped a balloon because she felt like he wasn't doing enough. Oh, well, I need a man that's going to call my mama. I need a man that's going to stalk me, and he's going to send me a Cash App or an Apple Pay, basically, to just try to get in touch with me, or he'll make a Finsta account, and he'll make a burner account and try to get in touch with me and try to get around that block. No, I'm not doing that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't want a man. Y'all want a fan. Y'all want somebody that's gonna be obsessed with you. That when y'all talk about a man that yearns, you're talking about a man that has no self-respect. And men are saying, "Hey, man, you know what? I love women. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with their beauty, but I'm not obsessed with disrespecting myself." That's what y'all don't seem to understand. Men are starting to strike a balance between, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Doc. I'm looking at her. She making me want to do some things to her. I'm thinking some things. But then in order for me to get to talk to her and get to know her and have a conversation with her, I would have to lose my self-respect because she actually don't like me. She actually don't care about me. And what she's actually looking to do is play on her beauty. I'm beautiful. He knows I'm beautiful. I know that I'm beautiful. Everybody around here knows that I'm beautiful. And I'm going to cash that in for not just a drink, but I want a meal. And not just any meal. I want the meal to be $500. And not just any meal at any place for $500. I want it to be at one of the top trending places. That's why you saw, I don't know if it's such a thing anymore, but that's why you saw a lot of, oh, we went to Nobu. And then some women going to Nobu and saying, oh, it was all right. I didn't really like the food or whatever and whatnot, because somebody had gone to Nobu and made it a trend. And so they wanted to try it. Even if it might have been expensive and nasty, I still want to try it because everybody else is trying it. So basically, I'm going to use my beauty to jerk your chain around town. Come over here. Do this. Go here. Like your little dog, to do what I want you to do. And then at the end of it, I'm going to be like, well, I'm talking to some other guys, so may the best man win. Well, the best man going to be who decide to stay on your roster, because it's not going to be me. Modern women are losers. They're losers. Straight up. There's ain't nothing else to say behind that. They're losers.
But a lot of girls here, specifically in Miami, dress half naked all the time. If I could be honest, I would never dress like that. I have a family. I have someone that cares for me, and I just don't like to be that way.
So when a woman comes out of the house and she's dressing provocatively, is she trying to send a certain message to people?
In my thinking, I think you're sending a message of like, okay, like I'm letting everybody know that I'm available. But that's my way of thinking, though. I can't speak for everybody.
And what led you to think that way as a woman?
Because, again, I have a daughter. I have people that I care for. So when I think of my daughter dressing like that when she's 16, 17, you and I both know we've been through it all. We know what guys think. We know what girls think. We know what the message sends. Even if you're not trying to, even if they do it because they think it's cool, that's the message that it sends out. So that's why you got to teach people, kids from an early age, this is what you're telling people, this is what you're not, So yes, when you do dress a certain way, you're going to send that message. Even if you're not trying to, you are going to send it because you're showing parts of your body that don't need to be shown,
This the dumbest shit I've seen on the internet all week. As a woman, what can you offer a man so that he will not leave you for another woman? Nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. Absolutely nothing. Because if a man gonna leave, guess what he gonna do? Leave. What she say on Poetic Justice? Because I ain't in the business of keeping no ninja that don't want to be kept. There's absolutely positively nothing that I can offer a man that is going to make him stay with me and not leave me for another woman. It's either in him or it ain't. And if you don't want to be here, baby, y'all just be listening to anything on the internet. This is stupid. And any woman who has an answer for this, like anything that you say will stop a man from leaving you for another woman if he really wanted to, I'm going to need you to seek help immediately. Expeditiously. Couch time. So it's your turn. You answer the question. What can a woman offer a man so that he don't leave her for another woman? What y'all think about that?
Well, I think it's another way of saying what do you bring to the table, which most modern women have the same response. They laugh at it, and then they don't answer the question, and then they say, "Well, there's nothing that if you don't want to be here, there's nothing that I can do to keep you here." Which, if it were a woman that were actually giving a man something, then you can make that argument, right? But if it's a woman that's a bum and she's not bringing anything to the table, well, then you can't really make that argument because you're not offering the man anything. That's what a man is trying to figure out. Okay, so if I'm doing all of this stuff for you, then what are you going to be doing for me? What is the even exchange? What is the I mean, at this point, what is the exchange at all? What is the appeal? What do I gain from this relationship? Are you going to reciprocate what I'm putting out there? We listen to Jennifer Lopez talk about how if you pour into a woman, she's going to give you something back. All the while sitting up there taking from men and then leaving men with headaches. Okay, great. So again, the question still remains, what do you bring to the table? What are you going to be bringing to this relationship that has some sort of value to it? Instead of I'm in my divine feminine, I'm this, I'm that. I can put on a mean gown. I can walk up to the door and not have any clothes on. Man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love that idea. Do that. But after you put your clothes back on, what else are you bringing to the table? Because I enjoyed that in there. I love that, man. Do that again sometime. But after we get through with that, how are we going to move our family forward? How are we going to grow as a couple? What plans do we have in place? So once again, what is it as a woman that you can offer, that you're bringing to the table that would make me say, well, you know, I think she's really cute over here, but this woman, she don't look as great, but personality wise, thinking wise, she got it going on. I think I'm gonna go with this one over here, even though people will look at this woman, a beautiful woman, and say, man, she got it going on. How could he ever leave her? And then once they dig into it, and it'll be years later when they dig into it, oh yeah, I can see now why he left her. I can see now why he wasn't with her. You just gotta wait.
The reason why black men lose respect from me is because y'all put all this effort into hip hop culture, bang, bang, violence, shoot, shoot, kill, to kill each other. And when it's time to shoot a cop, an ICE agent, stand up to a white man, y'all be dead silent. And
First of all, I'm going to just say that because I haven't seen nobody else saying it. As black men who don't suffer from self-hate, we don't care about what self-hating black women got to say, especially non-American black women. But it's the fact that you already showed you glorify white men. You don't got a problem with the fact that black men are killing each other because you don't respect or value black men. It's the same thing racist people do when they complain about black on black crime. They helping you goofy racists out. You see, you want us to believe now all of a sudden you upset that black men kill each other instead of the white man you want to be with so bad. I got a feeling you would cry like Samuel Jackson and Django if they did that. Not your white savior. But you know why this is for real though? Because you talking about gang members who signed up to kill each other. The police don't ever kill them because they taking care of that themselves. You using that to generalize black people. You using gangbanger music to generalize black people, even though everybody but half a brain know we don't all do the same thing. But this is what racist people think. We're all the same. We're all drug dealers and criminals. You meant to be with the white people you love so much. Y'all don't even be hearing yourself when you talk, but all you got to do is think about the black people before us. They've never made a difference being a self-hating like you who be getting online talking this stupid shit. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
I mean, just stupid speech. Just dumb speech. None of it should be happening at all. Okay, y'all want to do this, and this. Y'all, so basically what you're saying is what men know you was going to say all along, what you've been saying. When it's something that I like, then continue to do that, and I will back you up. You might be over here knocking yourselves out and taking yourselves and eliminating yourselves out. But we don't want you to do that, which thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. But when it comes to these people that we don't like, you need to start taking them out. You need to start taking them out. Never mind, I'm going to be halfway across the country. And when they come to your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, surrounding you, ready to pull that trigger, I'm going to be across the country sleep. Or I might be out with the girls having a little drink while you having the worst day of your life because of decisions you made, obviously. But you having the worst day of your life. Oh man, I support him. Are you going to put any money on his books? No, but I support him from afar. I'm going to repost. I'm going to share. You're going to be a trend for us. You're going to be a hero in the community of women. You're going to be in prison for taking somebody out and committing crimes. Depending on what state you're on, they might go a little bit further and give you the ultimate penalty to take you up out of here. But you should be happy because you have our support. Okay. And this is why men don't be taking these modern women seriously, because they get online. It'd be one thing if you were talking like this with your friends, but they get online and they say this type of stuff, man. They get online and say stupid stuff like this, and they wonder why men don't want to hear anything that they got to say.
You shut him off in the bedroom, and now every time he touches you, you assume that it's about sex. That man doesn't always reach for you for those reasons. He's reaching for you to see where he's at and where he stands with you. If you constantly reject him, it only chips away at his confidence, and sooner or later he is going to completely disconnect from you. When he hugs you from behind and you make a face and roll your eyes, he can feel the negativity. When he touches your leg and you squirm away, he sees your reaction every single time. He's not even looking for bedroom activities. He's probably past that point because you've already made it. Roommate in college was cheating on her long-distance boyfriend, and he was driving long-distance to come see her every weekend, and he was bringing food for her roommates, for her friends. He was fixing our sink. He was helping us with any maintenance issues we had around the dorm. And just overall helping her adjust as much as he could with her new college while he was going to college himself and had a full-time job, and she was cheating on him. So I pulled her aside and I was like, you have to tell him. And she was like, I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to figure out where I want to go with this other guy before I...
Truly one about men number 64, men.
Yep, what's up?
When you're talking to two girls at the same time, do you know who you like better?
Yes.
Do you know, are you talking to them because you're trying to figure that out?
Nope.
What is your thought process?
We're worried that the one that we like doesn't like us back, and so we're protecting ourselves. It's a little ego thing, or we don't really like either that much.
Have you ever had a crush on a girl, but you thought there's no way in hell she likes me, so you just gave up?
Yeah, pretty much every girl I've ever dated. We do that all the time.
Do you notice our outfits?
Yeah, our taste is just really basic, so we're going to celebrate the big, glitzy, glamorous dress just as much as the jeans and the tank top.
Do you even know what your guy friends are doing day to day?
Even I'm still bad at this, even though I've been professing that we need to get better. I've been making an effort to call some of my male friends. I've just got off the phone again for the fourth time. This is the fourth phone call I've had with this guy in the last month and a half, and he goes, hey, are you in Florida, by the way? I've been here since December, since the beginning of December. Just never mentioned it.
Have you ever pretended to like something just because the girl you were talking to did?
I watched Made in Chelsea for 5 years straight. I still watch an episode here or there. I think I follow some of the cast members on this app. I hate the show.
Saying what men think but don't want to say about marriage in 60 seconds. Let's do it. Number one, marriage doesn't scare men. Losing ourselves does. Most of us are not afraid of commitment, sis. We're afraid of becoming invisible, unheard, or reduced to just the provider. Number two, men don't hate responsibility. We actually hate unappreciated responsibility. The right man gonna carry the weight gladly. Just don't act like it's weightless. Number three, men don't shut down because we don't care. We shut down because honesty feels like it'll turn into a court case. Some silence is self-defense, not neglect. Number four, marriage doesn't kill freedom. Lack of communication does. If a man feels respected, trusted, and desired, he'll go to war for his family without complaining. Number five, men want partnership, not parenting. We don't need another boss. We need a teammate who believes in us and holds us accountable. Number six, and the one nobody says out loud, men want to be chosen daily, not just freaking tolerated, sis. Affection, respect, and admiration matter more than we admit. We're not robots. Boom, saved you silent resentment, miscommunication, and one, why are you shutting down argument? Now Venmo or PayPal me $5.
You can block my number, you can block my IG, but you can't uneat this ass.
Call.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying
Yeah.
because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men.
A lot of these girls go through the 304 phase, even if they're not on OnlyFans, right? Let's say they're just doing it in real life. Oh, getting drunk, going to the club, hee hee hee, ha ha ha. Oh, I don't remember his name, whatever. They do that, and then they think they can reverse and delete, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do it from 20, say, younger, they do it now, but say 18 to 26, and then, you know what? Clean slate, start over like nothing happened, right? Born again virgin, yay, I can get my innocence back. You can't get your innocence back.
An uncomfortable conversation a lot of y'all aren't even ready to have is that some of you aren't in relationships because you like your partner. You're in relationships because you like the attention, the validation, the feeling of being chosen. Some of you want to be desired and validated way more than you like that other person's personality. And this is why so many of you end up in relationships with people you can't stand, because you just like the feeling that they gave you when they gave you the attention or the compliments or the reassurance or any of that, or even when he handed you the money or paid for the dates or did whatever. All of those things, you put all those things ahead of who that man actually is, his personality, his character. And that's the reason why you're unhappy with him. And the exact same thing could be said for men. A lot of y'all will just get tricked by these girls that are just so pretty. They do whatever you want in bed. And because of that, now y'all don't have any money. Because I've also seen men that have done absolutely anything so that way a girl would desire them. That's what we call a simp. But you know, hey. And see, this whole thing could have been avoided if you would have just stayed single. But we wanted the attention, the validation, the feeling of being chosen so bad that we just couldn't help ourselves. And now we're miserable.
I was with the same guy for 7 years. We just recently got back together.
You guys met in high school?
I was 11 and he was 18 when we met, but it wasn't like that until I was 18. But I had a crush on him.
Was it like a family friend or something?
Yeah, my best friend's brother.
You started dating when you turned 18?
Well, technically I was 17, but almost 18. I was just obsessed with him. I would visit my best friend's house a lot, and he would always be there. I called him Hot Brother. But yeah, I made the move first. I got his Snapchat. I told him that I would guzzle a bucket of his juices. And then he added me on Snapchat.
What? Whoa, wait. Hold on.
I didn't use the word juices, though. How old were you?
You said sperm?
17.
Or
Cum,
something?
yeah.
at 17.
Yeah.
Yikes. It's a bit of a yikes, I'm going to be honest. Were you guys on and off again more than once?
For 1 month in like the beginning of our relationship, we broke up because he cheated.
How many women did he cheat?
He effed one of my best friends, and then there were like 10 other random ones.
Did you cheat too?
Oh, yeah. Afterwards, I made it my mission to cheat on him, which is so stupid. But before that, no, I was a good girl. I cheated on my boyfriends that weren't him before that, but not on him. We have 3 children together. That's why I got back with him in the first place.
You got a lot going on right here, and it's not the right thing at all. It's not the right thing at all. In the way that they talk about this type of stuff, there's something going on there, right? Both of you guys, honestly and truly, are toxic. That sounds like there's a lot of lust there. A lot of lust there. It sounds like an erotic novel turned movie, almost like what's that? Shades of Gray, something like that. Shades of Gray, something like, you get the point. You know what I'm talking about. That's what that sounds like. It sounds like you're trying to live in a fantasy. I was 11. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. No. Anyway, what you would try to say is you would try to explain how you were just coming into your own, and you were goodness. You were coming into your own, and you saw him, and I don't know what my body was feeling at the time, but I knew it was a feeling that I had never felt before. And instead of being afraid to explore it, I embraced it head on. And, it was fear, it was uh, self esteem, and exploration and pleasure all wrapped up into one. And then you're going to talk about your journey of how you started messing around with yourself. And mind you, we're talking about a child here. We're talking about children. You are a child. Right now, I understand when he's 18, you're 11. That don't mean he was showing you attention. You was talking about some weird stuff even as an 11-year-old. I'm not sure why he didn't stop you actually, and I'm not sure why nobody else didn't. Why didn't anybody stop you? Why didn't anybody say, hey, stop saying that? That's weird. Stop that. And why didn't he say, hey man, that's weird, stop that? Hey, I'm not no hot nothing. Mr. Jones to you. Thank you. Mr. Jones or Jason to you. But none of that hot older brother stuff. That's weird. Stop doing that. Stop saying that. Like I said, once again, I understand. What are you, 11, 8, what is that, 7 years apart? So whenever you turn 20, he's 27. I've seen that dynamic before. I've seen dynamics or like the age gap that's older than that. They have kids now, right? He met her when he was in his 30s and she was, I think, like 18, 19, something like that. Dated for a few years and then finally got married, got 2 or 3 kids now. So I understand where you're coming from. But this type of stuff, what you're talking about is purely lust. This is like a dynamic of, well, I just want to be all over you, especially when you 17 years old talking about, I want to guzzle this. Obviously, you and this horn dog are gonna hook up and he's gonna be like, oh yeah. But because you don't respect yourself, he don't respect himself, y'all don't respect each other, you can already tell it's gonna come. You already know what's gonna happen. I already know he gonna be messing around with other women. You gonna be messing around with other guys. We already know that. Well, I didn't cheat on him until he cheated on me, but I was cheating on other dudes. I know because you was 11 talking crazy and nobody ever checked you on it. Nobody ever stopped you from talking crazy like that. And here you are on the internet telling us this stuff. This is not something that anybody should be proud of. This is not something that anybody should be excited about. Should be actually be terrified. This is horrifying behavior. Now I understand. There's some 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13. I get it. They some rascals. They some maniacs. I get it. I understand it. I'm just telling you right now. We like to say that the men out here are grooming these women and doing whatever, which we can still keep that here in the story. But somewhere along the way, these young women are watching something. They're listening. They're reading something that at 11 years old, 12 years old, they're looking at an 18-year-old dude and saying, oh, you a hot older brother. Instead of going outside and riding a bike or getting some ice cream or setting up a lemonade stand or rolling down the hill in a park, going on a merry-go-round, swinging on a swing. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I mean, God dog, go mess with some makeup. Go watch a YouTube video on how to do press on nails. Do anything else but be in this grown man's face. I think that's what I'm asking you to do.